Hello, my friends. I just got back from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Hey, don't you know? It was a pretty rad trip. I hit up all the record stores I could possibly do in 4 days and came along with some cool stuff. So that's why I want to make a quick little video to show you my haul. It's a pretty good one, I think. So the first day of Minneapolis, I wanted to go to Lucky Cat record. I didn't have time for Lucky Cat. We were in a rush. Kind of took a little longer at the airport than we thought. But anyway, we did get to go to Electric Fetus. So Electric Fetus is a pretty awesome place. I would hope to spend a lot more time in there. But I went right for the jazz music because there's so much in there. If you go through the punk rock, it's probably going to be something cool, would be expensive, or you never know. So I went right for the jazz. They had some pretty good used section. So I grabbed this one up. This is Freddie Hubbard. And that's just a cool cover. I've never seen it before. And it was only $7. So I grabbed that one up. Also has Kenny Barron on piano. And then I always have buddies in mind, so I grabbed this one up. Still sealed. Cecil Taylor. Unit Structures. This has some crazy players on it too. Ken McIntyre and Andrew Cyril, who's always on the drums for him. This is a badass album. For $17, I grabbed that one. It's probably going to go to a buddy of mine. You know who you are, Paul. Then the second day, so that day was pretty much, we had to go hang out with family and stuff. So hit one record store. We hit Glam Donuts, which was freaking awesome too. Best donuts in Minneapolis by far. So go on, check that out. And the next day we went to Paisley Park. That's an awesome place. We got to go inside his studio, played ping pong on his ping pong table, got some pictures. They took pictures because they make you lock up your phone so you can't take your own pictures. But I said, what album is exclusive to Paisley Park? So they gave me this one, Prince Cinnamon Girl. It's just a single, but it has a DVD as well of the video and a couple versions of that song. So I grabbed that. A Night Alone album. It looked pretty rare. You know, I never seen it before. Not that I've seen every Prince album available, but A Night Alone. And then after A Night Alone, they did an after show at Paisley Park. So I grabbed that as the second album. So those will be awesome, I'm pretty sure. And then just one more that said Raw Acoustic Guitar Collection. So I grabbed that one as well. I'm sure it's going to be awesome. Paisley Park is cool. If you ever go to Minneapolis, definitely a place to go. And then at the end of that night, we had some time left after dinner, so we went to Cheapo Records. And Cheapo is like, again, huge. So much to choose from, and the way they do all their music there, they mix it all together. So if you're looking for punk rock, you got to go through all the rock, all the pop, all that stuff. So I just went straight to the new arrivals. Some of it's used, some of it's not. So I found straight up some jazz. Gigi Grice. This was only $4. It has George Duvivier on bass and Reggie Workman on bass as well. So I like both of their stuff, and Gigi Grice is also good. This one was only $3. It's Larry Coryell at duets with Philip Catherine. Good guitar, jazz. And I love these albums. People probably don't like them, but the Atlantic Years, I have one for John Coltrane, but this one is Freddie Hubbard. I'm sure there's tons of good musicians on that, and it was only $7. So, hell yeah, I'm gonna grab it. Also found a pretty classic David Bowie. I recently bought a few David Bowie records, and they were all fucking rocking. So, one more for the pile. $6 also. And then a couple of higher priced ones, even though it was in the used. Horace Silver. This also has Ron Carter on the bass. I love Ron Carter, so grab that one up. Another Cecil Taylor, Love for Sale. This is more of a, Cecil Taylor that is not so avant-garde, so a little more listenable music if you're not into the real crazy stuff. But awesome musicians on this album as well. Love for Sale, you gotta love that song. And then I bought two brand new, still sealed, Andrew Hill one, which has all the big guys on there: Lee Morgan, Booker Irving, Andrew Hill, Ron Carter, Freddie Watts. There's no way you're gonna go wrong with that for $17. And then Grant Green, Nigeria, brand spanking new. I mean, Sam Jones and Art Blakey on there, the best. I buy records to listen to. Some people only buy the first pressings or whatever. Doesn't matter. I'm gonna listen to them. So, first pressing, last pressing, whatever one's more cost effective for me. That's what I want. So, hell yeah. Cheapo Records. You'll spend an hour in there at least, and you'll find something. Okay, I hit another spot that same day before Cheapo. It was the record spot. It was a little store, and I just kind of went through their new arrivals real quick. But I did right away found an Eric Dolphy, and again, I always have friends in mind when I buy stuff, so I think I have this, or at least I have recordings of these songs on different records. So $9 as a gift for somebody. And then I scored this one, the OCs. It's that awesome psychedelic garage rock, punk rock. These are really awesome. And that was a steal of a price at $16. You're never going to find OC records for $16. And then one more that I found there, just because this awesome album cover, and then Pat Metheny with Charlie Hayden and Billy Higgins. Look at this, like someone drew it with crayon. I don't know. He's doing Horace Silver and Ornette Coleman songs, so yeah, that's going to be good. No matter what. Day 3, woke up and went and had some breakfast at the Uptown Diner, which was pretty awesome. And then right down the road was a little coffee shop called Disco Death. And I could have spent all day in there, honestly. I went through all of the first, when you walk in, all the records. They're kind of all mixed and jumbled together, but definitely you can tell that she chooses her records, with thought. There's a lot of rarities in there. There's my dog. Hi, Poe. And so, yeah, cool stuff. I found this, the first Fabulous Thunderbirds album for $5. Jimmy Vaughn, Stevie's brother. That's just some good rock and roll stuff. I went through the whole front section and I found another OC's album. And I don't think this one costed much either. It was like $15 or something. I'm like, man, they're just giving the OCs away over there. And I went through that whole top section and I didn't even see behind me was a whole nother section of all jazz. So, I mean, I'd already spent a lot of time in the front section, and then I looked at the back section. I did grab a Charlie Mingus because he's got, this is with Jackie McLean and Mal Waldron. I'm never going to pass up a Jackie McLean album. I think this was a little more, like 20 bucks or something, but heck yeah. And then also in that jazz stuff was a Tribe record, so I never had a Tribe Called Quest record, so I got that. It's not the one with Ron Carter on it, I don't believe, but they're always groovy, man. You can put that on and jam out for a while. 2 more record stores through the day. Roadrunner Records. It's just a little tiny, like, 1-room shop. He had quite a bit of cool stuff in there, but you know, I had already had quite a stack, so I was being more picky. And I did just grab this one because it was only $4, and I almost bought it before. This one is Tommy Flanagan Trio with Kim Parker. It was only $4. There was quite a bit of other stuff in there, but I was like, do I need it or do I want it? And that's the only one I walked out with. Yeah, Ed Thigpen on drums. It's going to be good. And then the last but not least, definitely not least, place that I went was Extreme Noise Records. And that's where you get your punk rock. Everything in there, everything's all together the same way. The one side of the room, it's all new arrivals. And then behind you, everything's alphabetized. There is a couple of name plates, but you never know what's in there. So I had to go through everything. And I did. Which I found a couple of pretty awesome punk rock albums. So Bad Religion, True North. I got this for $9. Score. And then the best band ever, MDC. This one was $5. And another one, MDC. I think this one was like a little bit more, like 14 or 12. I think it was $12. But they all have, like, you know, 15, 17 songs on them. And then one more OCs. And I think this was the highest. I think this was $22. And that's 2 records. So that's why I grabbed that one. Had an awesome OCs collection now. I think I have 2 others in my collection, but none of those. And those are a little bit more rocking than the ones I have. And then the only one that I bought from the alphabetized one was Mikey Erg. And that one was a little bit more too, like $22. But if you haven't heard Mikey Erg, he's a pretty awesome songwriter. Real creative lyricist and just fun punk rock. Little play off the Clash album cover. This is better than the Clash, if you ask me, but nobody asked me. So anyways, that's my haul from Minnesota. And then I got home and my Kepi stuff arrived. So thanks, Kepi, and thanks, Queen Anne over at Machine Shop. Can't wait to spin that one. Cool stickers. So that was my haul of records. You know, 5 days, about probably $300 of vinyl. Cool record shops. The little ones are always cooler to me. Disco Death. Definitely gonna spend more time and pick through that stuff a little bit more next time. And Lucky Cat, I'll get to that one next time and spend a little more time at Electric Fetus as well. But pretty awesome city, Minneapolis. Glam Doll Donuts. Can't wait to go back there. Best donuts in town for sure. All right. That was the easiest way to show you all my vinyl haul. So drool as you will. Peace.